what it's all for. It's all about this. You play for this. No matter what level you're at, you play for championship.
That's it. You don't need to get an interview, and we're going to make sure that I find out what does this cat know.
There's always an opportunity if you understand somebody's watching you.
What up, what up, what up? Here for another Chalk Talk session with Coach JB. Right here on Patreon. Make sure you subscribe, become a member. If you're not one, we show clips on YouTube, but we are subscriber-based on Patreon. You're going to get the realest film breakdown, tendency reports, coaching one-on-one. Sean Salisbury and I do Last Chance Q on here. We're adding a Chalk Talk session to it. We'll have guests. We'll have coaches, former coaches, current coaches, want to be coaches, and we will break down high school film, college film. We'll break down the quarterback. We'll do it all right here on Patreon. So make sure to become a member today. You spend more a month on Starbucks. Stop playing. So we'll get on the board today. We're going to get on some film, and I'm going to share some tendency reports with you. Today is the day to show you how you get a read on the defensive opponent you're about to play as an offensive play caller. So if you're an offensive play caller and you're trying to get a bead on the defense, this is the show for you. We're going to break it down. How I do that, why I do that, my way, and how it's been successful. Led the state of California 4+ times in total offense, led the NJCAA in total offense as a head coach and the offense coordinator and play caller using this method. So I call it tendency reports and game plan structure. It requires your entire staff. It requires your full day's attention on your Sundays or your Saturdays. If it's Sundays if you're college, it's Saturdays if you're high school. If you're a coach and a real coach like myself once was, high school plays Friday, you work Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, you break down the film, start inputting the new film for the opponent. Sunday, you scout. Sunday, you game plan. Sunday, you put together your scouting reports. So Monday, your kids have them in hand. Coaches got to work harder than the kids or you'll never be successful. Just FYI. We're going to break that down. First of all, let me share my screen here so I can show you what I'm going to show you. Okay. That's the funny thing about this. All right. I want to show you what I'm going to show you. All right. Let's make that bigger. All right. So this is a film breakdown of our opponent. All right. What I'm going to show you today is we're going to take 10 football plays and we're going to make it 1st and 10, just like you should. We're going to start with 1st and 10 as you start a football game with, right? 1st and 10. We're going to take 1st and 10 and we are going to put these things on the board or a spreadsheet like I have, and we're going to use it as a whole staff. The whole staff's going to be involved in this deal. All right. So you can assign certain coaches. For instance, down and distance. I'll do the coordinator. I'll be the coordinator. I'll control down and distance. Offensive line coach. He should handle the front and the line game. The quarterback coach and the O-line coach are responsible for pressure and coverage. Okay. The running back coach should be responsible for field or boundary pressure, whether it's a run or a pass, and he'll obviously help the O-line out with the front and the pressure. The wideout coach should be solely responsible for the formation and the result. So now you have all your staff involved in this breakdown. So now if you divvy it up, and let's say you give the O-line and the running back coach front line game pressure, and then you give the wide receiver coach and the QB coverage, pass or run, and result. And then if you want to give the quarterback coach or the OC the down and distance and the hash, it's however you want to do it. But you see what I'm talking about as far as getting the staff involved, making them feel responsible, and they are responsible, and you're ultimately held accountable as the offensive play caller. So you have to put those responsible parties in place to have success. So this is a design deal that I've created, and this is what it looks like. Now, let me get on the board and and show you a different way that you can do this. And you know, it could actually help you when it's maybe easier to see. So I'll write it on the board real quick. All right. Let me get this to you. All right, here we go. Let's get on the board. All right, we're gonna get on the board here. So what you do is you create as many lines in a graph as you can to get your deal. So you draw a line across the top, straight as you can, and now we're gonna start to draw down, all right? Remember, 10 plays should get you a good tendency on a team on first down, a good tendency on 2nd and 10, 3rd and long. Then you work back, 2nd and medium, 2nd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and short. So this has to be done 6 different times, correct? So we're gonna put down and distance, okay? Down and distance, right? So today we're doing what? 1st and 10. We're gonna do it at least 10 times, right? So you see what this is turning into. So we're gonna do 1st and 10. Okay. Okay. What's this? Hash. Got to have the hash. Okay. So there goes the hash. Now it's left. Let's just say, for instance, formation. You're only breaking down the formations that you are going to scout. So let's just say today we run 10 personnel doubles. So if that's what we do on offense, then we're going to do 2 by 2. Okay. 10P. Okay. So 10P 2 by 2 is the only things we're putting in the film so we know what we're getting out. We're not going to watch a film that runs wing T if we don't run wing T. So we're only going to watch film that we do. So against the defense to get a scouting or tendency report on this deal. Okay. So then you go down the list here. Okay. Then you go front, and then you go pressure, and then you go coverage. And then you go fill their boundary. I guess I've been doing this a while if I remember all of them that I just showed you, right? And then you go result. And then you go pass or run. Actually, it's the other way around. Result, it's pass, run, result. So, but you get my drift. I don't think I'm missing something. I'm not sure if I'm missing something. Line games. You want line games in there. So add one. Line games, okay? You want to know if there's a game being played for the O-line and the running back, all right? So make sure you get that in there. And what is this, coverage? Okay, so that is what you want, all right? So now, first, we know you just keep going. This is something you can do on the line. Like this one, what I would do as the head coach or the OC, I would have my staff actually spitting it at me, and I'm in there writing it. Or I'll have a coach, a running back coach, writing this up on the board while we watch film. Then we take the board, we take a picture on our phone, and we put it into the spreadsheet, and it goes into DV Sport or Huddle, whatever you guys use. And now you get this beautiful tendency report on paper. You can hand it out to the kids or the coaches or what have you. So 1st and 10, right? We're only doing 1st and 10 right now. So this is just how we would do it as we watch the film. And then we create 10 plays, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we'd have 10 first and 10 plays down all the way down, right middle, right, left, middle, whatever. 2 by 2 is all we're doing. 2 by 2, 2 by 2. This is all we're doing on first and 10. Then you'll go to first and 10 and we will do what? 3 by 1, 10 personnel. We'll do 10 of those. Then if you run 20 personnel, you do 20P. And if you do 11, then you'll do 11. That's how you have to do this on all your down and distances. It's a full day's job. Do you want to be a coach or do you want to act like a coach? This is what it entails. Full go, 20-hour days. Here you are. Welcome to coaching. Too many of you soft pussies are so enabled that you think that everything's owed to you and that you just want to just sit back and gather all the flowers from this thing. Blood, sweat, and fucking tears go into this because you're here for your kids and hopefully the evolution or advancement in your own career. But a lot of you don't see it that way because you're too fucking soft. But anyway, let's get to it. All right. Let's get to some film, okay? Now, I'm going to share that screen with you again. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to share this screen again with you and make sure you understand what's happening, okay? We're going to go first and 10. So now let's bring up some film, and this is just an example of how we're going to do this, okay? So we got first and 10. So what do you do, Coach AB? First and 10. What is it? That's where we are. We're all first and 10, okay? So let's get into this. Shit, my bad. Okay, first and 10. Let's watch the play. So what you would do is you'd be on the board, right? And you'd have your script. All right, so first and 10, 10 personnel, we're in quads, okay? So let's just, for shits and giggles, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put this formation. Now, somebody's getting the formation so it doesn't take you 16 hours to do one play. Who is responsible for the formation, coach? Wideout coach. Okay, what is it, coach? Wideout coach, what is the formation? Formation is 4 by 1. Let's just say, for instance, all right, quads, okay? Quad. Do we run quads? We may run quads this one game, okay? Where's the hash, coach? The hash is middle, okay, coach? Middle. Who's responsible for hash? Okay, the front now. Who's responsible for front? Okay, we got a 40. We're going to call that an even front. We'll see the end zone, but what you do is you go to next and you get the end zone copy. So now you got the end zone copy, and now we know, okay, it is an even front, right? We got a little 4-eye here. We got a little 4-eye. We got a little 2-eye, one mic in the hole. Here's the other expanded mic because we're in quads. We've expanded a wheel. So we're at an even, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to tab that at even front, okay? Now, is it over or under? We need to know that, right? So this is quads left for the offense, quads right for the defense. So we have a 4-eye heavy 4-eye 3 technique on the strength. We're going to call that an over, okay? So we're going to call that an even over. So we know where the strength of the defense is setting, okay? Now we get into what? Everything from this point on is actually play. We have to watch the football play to import the data. So now we're going to watch the play. Now we go back to the wide. So now the receiver coaches and the running back coach is what? Looking for what? Line game, pressure, coverage. Is it coming from the field or the boundary? Is it a pass or a run? And what is the result? This is all post-snap. And then now you'll coach and you'll rewind it 50 fucking times. So make sure your coaches have a job so you can only rewind it twice versus 50 times. Now, if you're one of those coaches like I used to do and be by myself because you couldn't find good help, then you're going to be there all night and you're going to watch all this shit. And then no other coach should ever say a fucking word to you about a play call that you make, right? If you don't put in the work, assistant coach, then you don't deserve to fucking have input. So understand. So now let's watch the play. All right, here we go. We're going to watch the football play. That's quads. It's a pass, obviously. Goff scans it. All right, boom, first down, right? So now we go back. Let's get the front we already got. Now, is there any line games? No line games. Basically, 2I has B. The 4I's got C. The 5 technique outside, the 9 or whatever has got D. And that is kind of where we are. All right. Now, so we know that we're inputting that. What's the coverage? Oh, it's man free. It looks like to me. A little bit man free, or it could be an underneath coverage, little zone drop here. We got a man one high on the roof, so we know it's one high. So now we got to figure out, is it zone or man? Okay. Now I believe this is a zone coverage. It's basically a bastard 3 look because you see number 2 here is not being carried. If 2 was being carried vertical by one of these guys, then we knew it's man, but it is clearly zone. The ball should have been thrown right there, but it wasn't. We're not going to get into all that. But so what we'll do is we'll go back. Okay, we'll go back to the script. Now, line game, you put none because this is what goes into DV Sport or whatever program you're using. I hope you have something that spits out data. Pressure, none. Coverage, 1, or we'll say 3. We'll say 1 or 3 depending on what tendency we get out of this later on. Okay. Any pressure, there was none. Pass or run, pass. Result, completion, right? Because now when we put in the data, we want to get all the completions, right, on first down so we can get a tendency. On first down, we want to see the completions. Then if it's incomplete, you would put INC there. All right, so that's play 1, okay? Now, let's get to play 2. So now you're kind of getting a feel for how we do this. And how I've done it for a long time. I think it ends up being, it's easy enough to understand. So this is second now. So we're going to skip this and get back to 1st and 10. We're only doing 1st and 10s today, okay? That's why when you break the film from the jump, you should be able to pull up all the first downs. All right, so now we got a little 11 personnel, okay? We're gonna again, we are in 3x1. Now, let's just, for shits and giggles, say we're only breaking down 10 personnel today. Let's just break down 10 personnel, okay? So we're going to call this 10 personnel. We're in the middle hash again. Actually, it's left middle, okay? Make sure that shit matters. I'm just telling you. Formation, 3x1 now, okay? And now we're going to get to the front. Again, looks like it's the same front. Looks like a little stack or an even front. So now you skip it. You watch the end zone so the O-line, running back, quarterback coach, OC, whatever, can get the front, okay? So we're going to call, there we go. It's an even front to us. We're going to call that straight even, okay? Even. You got a 3 technique. You got a shade. You got a mic in the hole. You got a B-gap mic over the tight end. There's a tight end there, but we're going to treat it as a 3x1, 10 personnel just for the sake of this drill, all right? So now you're going to run the play. And what do you get? Do you get a game? No. Do you get pressure? No. Again, we're in 1 high. We can see it from the end zone. So now we know that. We'll rewind it to the, okay? We'll rewind it wide. And now we can see from the wide. Okay, they start in it's 2x2. They condense it down and get into a 3x1 bunt set with a H-back tight end. Now, what does it do to the coverage? This is 1st and 10 now, remind you. That's why I advise all you young coaches, don't run a million formations if you're a high school coach or a JUCO coach, because every time you run a different formation, it makes it hard on that O-line, changes the front, and it changes a lot of things, all right? So get back to the thing here. So what we got even, whether it's over or under, it is over, okay? We have let me make sure it's over. I don't know. I'm just talking right now because I'm trying to get to the next play. It is an over. So we'll say it's an over. Line game, none, right? Pressure, none. Coverage, we'll say 1 or 3. I think I don't know why it's doing this. Let's just say 1 or 3. Okay, we'll go 1 or 3 for the giggle. You have to change that in your spreadsheet. Fielder boundary, none. And then runner pass, what was it? It was play pass. So now you put play pass or ride and glide, whatever you call it, okay? Let's watch the play now. I think it's a little bit of play pass. Let's watch it here. Play action screen. So now it's a play action screen of all things. So now you go back. It's a 1st and 10 play now. Now you go play pass screen, okay? Abbreviate as much as you can, but whatever those abbreviations are, they better marry up to what you put in your system so you don't have different plays. If you want to pull up all the play action screens, they got to be spelled that way if you're using a DV Sports system. Completion. Now we're on to play 3. So you kind of see first down again. So we're going to break it. Here we go. So now what we are in. We're in a 11 personnel 2x2 condensed. We'll call it 10 personnel, and we'll call it doubles, of course. And it's just 2x2 tight formation on the right. We're open on the left. We're in the right hash. We got an even front again. 1 high. Why in the fuck's the safety in the end zone on the 12, on the 15? I have no idea. We're running RPO here. So you would just continue to go down the list and get a good 10 plays on 1st and 10. And you would fill it out this way. And then you can see it obviously on the board. And that's a better way to do it. So now you've seen both ways. And I hope that clarifies it and makes it easy on you guys. But it is an easy way to break down film with your staff. Give your staff a sense of responsibility. Tomorrow I'll be breaking down film responsibility as a staff, what your staff should actually be doing when they watch film. Who has 1st and 10? Who has 2nd and medium? Who's breaking down 3rd and long? Who's breaking down 3rd and short? Who's got red zone coming out? Who's got red zone going in? Coaches have to have duties and responsibilities. If you don't give them to them as the head coach, you are failing your staff. You're not allowing them to advance. You're going to do everything for them. They'll never learn. I'm telling you. Always sharpen the tools for your tool shed, man. Especially right now. It's spring. It's off season. What are you doing? What are you going to do? COVID was a great year. I talked about when I started my Coaching 101 show. What are you doing during COVID when you're not coaching? Are you sitting around your ass playing PlayStation? Or are you getting better as a coach? I think COVID really hurt a lot of coaches, man. We've become a lazy group. We've become very enabled, and we want instant gratification without doing any work. Get back to the grassroots of this thing, man. Go paint the fucking field. Line that bitch. I hope you got chalk to do it too, like I had to do. Hey, man, much love to all you guys, and we will see you tomorrow morning on the Coach JB Show. Become a member today of the Patreon. It's the greatest Chalk Talk sessions on planet Earth. Appreciate you, man. Much love. Peace.
Because this is what it's all for. It's all about this. You play for this. No matter what level you're at, you play for championship.
Said, you don't need to. Every day's an interview, and we're gonna make sure that I find out what does this cat know.